Hello everybody, welcome back to the Continuum. I know it's been a long time since I've done one of these live streams. I used to do watch parties, and I know some of you have asked me to do them again, but instead I've decided to do something else. Today we're going to be answering a few old questions and perhaps discover some new ones along the way. Today we're going to be starting the first episode of what I hope to be a long-lasting show called A Question of Trek, where I will ask my two team captains, Starfleetboy and of course Trek on the Tube, and of course with their two teammates, Trekcatcat and Scarlet Trekkie. I'll be asking the questions that are generally Trek related. This episode will be relatively easy, and of course they will get progressively hard as we go through the show. So, as I said, we've got a two-team captain. Let's Trek on the Tube, and he'll be joined by Trekcatcat. And of course, not forgetting Starfleetboy, he'll be joined by Scarlet Trekkie. Now, as we start off round one, I'll be presenting 10 questions. Each team will get 5 questions. Whether or not get the answer right or wrong, the question will be dismissed, and the next team will get a fresh question. In round 2, of course, there will be 5 questions. Each question will require two answers, but each question will also be worth 2 points. Should the first team not get the answer correctly, or only be able to answer one question, one answer, the question will then move to the opposing team, and they, of course, if they get the answer correct, will receive the extra point. And in round 3, I will present 2 blurred pictures of Starship, and I will, of course, give them some details of the ship, and it's up to them to guess what that ship is. In round 3, each question, or should we say each puzzle, is worth 3 points. So good luck to you, gentlemen. And today, right now, I'll present to you the first question. Here we go.
Oh, I just want to say that do we get to name our team? Like Secret Trekkie and I could, like, maybe we want a team name.
Well, I did ask you for this in the private chats if you had team names, but you never told me what they were. That's why I didn't.
Well, because it's collaborative. Now we're a team. We got to figure it out, right? Like so.
Okay. Well, this is okay. But go on.
Don't do this interactive.
Can I give you a team name?
What do you think? What do you think, Scarlet Trekkie?
Well, you're the man with the experience, so I will bow to you on this one.
Wow.
No pressure.
That's very gracious of you. I say we go with the Scarlet Boys.
That sounds good to me.
We're the Scarlet Boys. There we go.
Trek on the Tube, Trekcatcat. What team name will you be using?
Go on in, Sean. I'll defer to you. Well, I was going to say TCTT, but
all right, why not? Because I would just call the team Boo Star Trek Picard to piss him off. But
yeah, no, Team Boo. No, Team Boo. Team Boo.
Team Boo. All right, Boo.
Team Boo. Okay. So we've got Team Boo and Team Scarlet. All right, then. Here we go. So the first question will go to Team Scarlet. In the Voyage episode Tuvix, which 2 crew members were fused together to create this new being of the same name?
Yeah.
That was
Tuvok and Neelix.
Are you sure?
Good job.
Yeah, I'm going to go for that.
Was it Janeway in Paris?
It could have been. It could have been Caotains and 7, but that's another dream.
That's another form of fusing, isn't it? But anyway, you are correct. In fact, it was Neelix and Tuvok, and unfortunately, Tuvix was unceremoniously killed off at the end of that episode because
he was an abomination. It was supposed to happen.
We're hitting the controversy early here.
Captain Janeway was right. Anyone who was arguing for Tuvix is out of line.
I stand by Janeway.
Anyway, you are correct, and that answer was worth 1 point, and 1 point to Team Scarlet. The next question, of course, goes to Team Boo, and that is this. In the DS9 episode, Trial and Tribulations, what artifact was used to send the Defiant back in time?
Oh, God.
Can't we just have the Tuvix one?
Sorry,
Dodged a bullet there.
I'll give you a clue.
You said they were easy. Yeah, I know the episode. Yeah, I just.
Oh yeah, I couldn't. Look, all of my Trek expertise crumbles. I could not tell you the name. I could not tell you the name of the artifact.
Do we get lifelines or anything like that?
Well, I tell you what. Well, you can ask the chat if there's anyone in there. I can't actually see myself. So would anyone like to, in the chat, like to give the answer to the second question, which is, in DS9 episode, Trial and Tribulations, what artifact was used to send the Defiant back in time? It's an ancient Bajoran artifact.
Yeah.
And there are many of them.
The Tox Utot?
Oh, it was the Orb of Time.
All the time.
Oh, is that correct? The Orb of Time. Well done. That's 1 point to Team Boo. Even not that difficult.
I purposely answered wrong because I knew that you would know the right answer. Just saying.
I was thinking of some sort of quantum mechanical thing, and I wasn't going with the fantasy aspect of Deep Space Nine. That's right.
Okay.
I nearly went with flux
okay,
capacitor. That was the bad.
The flux capacitor. Yeah, well. All right, but to Team Scarlet, the next question is what was Tasha Yar's speciality?
Well, Tasha Yar's speciality.
Dying.
Wait your
Standing
turn.
behind Picard.
If they get the wrong answer on our question, do we get that point? Like,
Oh, hey.
like is that something?
You know,
See, this
this
is.
You've already derailed the stream, so.
So, what was her speciality?
Yeah. What was her trade? What was her job?
Well, Scarlet Trekkie, do you know the answer?
Well, I presume she's security.
That's what I was going with too.
Yeah.
That is the correct answer. Also, the answer data entry would have been accepted. However, you are correct. She was the head of security.
All right.
So,
Yes.
to Team Boo. In what TNG episode did Deanna Troi fall pregnant?
Oh, bloody hell.
That's just it's Ian.
So
He
he knows.
because he's mine. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Deanna Troi, pregnant.
Yeah. It was right near the beginning of season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that's coming up in my bit is the child. And I'm not talking
Right.
Baby Yoda.
Do you have an answer? Do you agree with that answer?
I don't have an answer, but we can validate his answer and go for that. If
You are correct. It was the child.
there we go, good.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. So far, it is.
This is how it is to be a trick expert. You hire people that can do your job.
So far, each team has 2 points, and we're now going to carry on with the next question. This one goes to Team Scarlet. What is the name given to Klingon puberty?
To Klingon puberty? By the way, we're the Scarlet Boys. You keep leaving the boys part
Yes.
out. Just
I'm
FYI.
sorry, Scarlet Boys.
Well,
Fine.
I've
Yeah.
read through Star Trek Picard technically, so you might want to leave it.
What is the name? What is the English version of, or the Klingon name for Klingon puberty? Which one did you want to know?
Worf mentions it in the movie Insurrection.
I don't think I know that.
I feel like Fathery's here and might know the answer, but he's
he
probably
knows the answer to
he
this.
knows the answer. I don't know the answer, but I'm gonna say a silly answer if it's okay with Scarlet Trekkie.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, it is the Jamaharan, which is actually something completely different.
It's
But I just
close,
wanted to say-
actually, it's close. It's called Jack Balar.
Jack Bala.
Oh, Jack the Lad.
Jack Bala.
That's the only reason why I remembered it, because it sounds like Jack the Lad. But it's Jack Balar.
Oh my.
It's where he gets these pink spots on his face and stuff during the movie, I think.
Yes.
Oh my.
The big zit, the
So,
gorge.
yeah,
Can I say hi to a couple people? Robbie and Fathery's here, and also it looks like you're also there, Conti, which is really weird. But
Yeah, I just said hi. I just said hi to everyone.
yeah.
I
Oh,
wave.
that's cool.
I wave when people appear in the chat room.
Yeah, I've been waving too, but that's so cool. All right, so we're winning right now. No, we
Well,
didn't get that
you've
point.
had more questions.
If Team Boo gets the next question right, you start losing.
Ugh,
But anyway,
too soon, too soon. We'll pull
okay,
back.
so Team
Give us
Boo.
an easy one.
Wow, yeah, it's as easy as any other. Okay. What vow did Lieutenant Ilea take while serving in Starfleet?
Oh,
Bloody hell.
I watched
yeah.
that recently.
Oh, yeah. No. Celibacy.
Yeah.
Check.
Yes. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
You are correct. It was in fact about celibacy. Personally, I don't believe it, but okay.
I knew it too.
All right.
Trek on the Tube didn't know. You didn't know that.
I remember the moment he said it, I was like, yes, that's right. Miss Ball.
Okay.
You should.
So far,
I need to brush up on my motion picture.
And the Scarlet Boys are 1 point behind. So, we'll go for the next question. This one's for the Scarlet Boys. What is the name of Discovery's Chief Medical Officer?
What is the name of who?
Discovery's
The
chief
Discovery-
medical officer.
Oh, the CMO on Discovery. I feel like that's a trick question.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
I'll rephrase the question because you're right. It isn't fair. I just remembered that. Okay. What is the name of Discovery's Chief Medical Officer in Season 1?
Okay.
Right.
Makes it a bit fairer.
It's
Is
still
that
a trick question, but I now know where you're going with it.
Do you mean played by Wilson Cruz?
We can't. He can't tell it. Oh, you do. Okay, well then,
I'll talk about a
You did
huge.
mention
Thanks.
the character's name.
it's Culber.
Yes.
You are correct. It is Dr. Culber, or the person actually should be called Dr. Stamets, as he is married to Dr. Stamets, who is not the chief
Oh, but
engineer.
why does he get to take? Why does he get to have the dominant name?
Because he's not an engineer. But then again, neither is his husband. His husband is in fact a scientist and not an engineer. So, anyway.
If you marry a captain, then you have to take the captain's name, right? That's.
I guess
how it
so.
works.
I guess so.
This was now for Team Boo. What is the name of the human? What is the name of the human woman on the planet Talos 4?
Gina. No, it's not Gina. No, it's not Gina. Vina.
Second team,
Wait a minute.
agree?
On what planet? Oh, tell
Talos
us
4. It's with
Oh,
the cage.
The surviving woman from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vina. It is in fact
Vina.
correct. Yes. So
Thanks,
far. Oh, okay.
Conti, Fathery just pointed out something. We were saying that we don't. Dr. Culber's not the CMO, and what Trek on the Tube and I were talking about is that we never actually meet a CMO. We just know they exist.
sure.
Technically, no
I was
chief
pretty sure he
on
was.
Discovery.
Okay. I thought it was
Yeah,
CMO.
you're reading the wrong pamphlet. You got your
I'm reading the wrong passage. Okay.
you got your information.
It's fine though.
That's why I asked if it was a trick question.
Here's our main medical officer for Discovery.
Yeah, he's our main. He's the chief medical officer of our hearts, Father.
He's the go-to guy.
And we don't want our point taken away. So
No.
Either way, the answer was Dr. Colbert. The answer I was looking for was Dr. Colbert. But I was sure he
Okay.
was my question.
We don't want them bonus points to be accorded.
Number 9. At least you guys get points. I don't get any point in this. I don't win anything. So, next question. What is the name of Picard's former second in command in Star Trek Picard?
Who's that directed at?
It's Raffi Musiker.
Then
Oh, then.
Yeah.
Raffi Musiker is the answer.
Yeah. Excellent. Good answer.
You are correct. It is actually Raffi Musiker. Not Captain Riker. Or Admiral Riker, whatever it is now. I'm sure it's a captain now, isn't he? A captain.
Who's captain since Nemesis.
So now, that's true. So the next question now goes to it's a final question of round one. It goes to Team Boo. And that is, what is the name of Admiral Picard's ship before he resigned his commission?
Oh, bugger.
It was in the comics before.
Yeah, I know it was in the comics. Yeah.
I should have paid closer attention to Kowalski's review of the comic books.
I have the answer whenever you guys are ready to acquiesce to us.
Oh well, you're the Picard expert. Interestingly,
I hope so.
I can see it, but I can't remember the name.
Was that only in the comics? Did they say that on screen?
I don't remember them saying it on screen.
It was never mentioned on screen. It was only in the comics.
It's in the book by,
that.
is it Una McCormick who wrote the book? It's in that book also.
Just to
Oh,
be,
it's not
just
canon
to be,
then.
just to
I know,
check,
it's true.
This is the easy round, yeah?
Apparently so.
Is it something that I would know?
Oh, don't look at
even
the
without
chats.
reading
Someone
comics?
spoiled it in the chats. No.
Yeah, Joseph got it for us.
Joseph, no.
Thank you,
That is
Joseph.
I confirmed that I knew the answer though, so I think the point should go to the Scarlet Boys, just saying.
Well, no, you didn't say it out loud, so it's ours.
Yeah, okay. So Joseph says it's the Verity. I don't think we would have gotten that. We wouldn't have got that.
So,
Okay.
thank
That
you.
was the answer.
USS Verity. So at the
I said the
moment,
answer
you
without
said-
saying it.
You pointed it out. You said it was in the chat, and that's the funny answer.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Well, it was given out in the chat before you marked it, so I will not award you the point. So
Points to Joseph.
Each team stands at 4 points. That's not bad.
Have we caught
Okay.
up?
Yeah.
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 Ah.
You're neck on neck. So we're now moving into round two. Again, I'll repeat the rules of round two. There are only 5 questions. The questions will require 2 answers, and of course, each answer is worth 1 point. So, who would like to go first? Since you're neck on neck.
Well, shall we let them go first?
Yes,
Okay.
I think that's very And also, Joseph apologized for being a jerk. I didn't think you were a jerk because when I saw it, I had to call it out because I knew it was up for anyone. So I thought it was great.
Joseph is a good egg. Okay.
Joseph, that's only one person's opinion. It's not the rest of our opinion. It's just one person's opinion.
It's true.
I feel at a disadvantage here. I'm not seeing any chat.
How about this?
Joseph, you're fine. We wouldn't have guessed that. We didn't know.
I got one. Father asked a follow-up question, which is who knows what class of starship the Verity was? I don't. So if Joseph, you know that, I would love to know because I don't think.
I don't either. Actually.
Yeah. So if Joseph knows that, I want to see if he can find out. And Father.
Some pretty detailed books if they tell you what class the ship was.
That's standard operating procedure when you're writing a Star Trek book. You can't leave out
Sorry,
that information.
excuse me.
Right then. So let's get on with the round two, shall we? So this will go to Team Boo. What was used to replace isolinear chips, and what was the first ship introduced to us, the audience, that utilized them?
It's the packs
I'll
from
give you a
Voyager.
hint.
I feel like it's the gel packs from Voyager.
Voyager.
That's
And
our
you are
answer.
correct. You are in fact correct. It was both Voyager and the Bioneural gel packs. Well done.
There you go.
Congratulations. That's 2 points. So then,
you go.
Team Scarlet. Which Borg drone was Picard going to use as a weapon against the Borg, and in what episode?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Which Borg drone was Picard going to use as a weapon against the Borg, and in what episode?
That would be Hugh the Borg in Iborg.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is absolutely correct. Yes. It was Hugh. First, Picard was going to use it using some sort of as a bioweapon, and then of course he decided to send him back with his humanity intact to be reassimilated, which is awfully nice of him. He might as well just use it as a weapon, but that's Picard's logic for you.
And then
Okay,
and then he totally is responsible for his untimely death in Star Trek Picard. And even though I love Star Trek Picard, that was like very painful.
Yeah, it was difficult to watch.
It's rare.
So, okay, back to Team Boo. In the episode Message in a Bottle, how was the good doctor transmitted to the Alpha Quadrant, and who else was using it at the time?
It was that communications relay thing.
I think it's a subspace relay.
Yep.
And I would think that it was the Borg that were using that thing, wasn't it? No, wasn't the Borg? All right. Who else was using it? God damn.
They reappeared in several episodes of Voyager. Seven and
I'm
nine
not gonna
gave
say
them an
anything,
electric
Mike.
shock.
That's all right.
Tony, I'll throw him a bone. Tony Todd played one of the characters that he's talking about. I can't believe I know the answer to this question. I don't know the actual correct
Tony Todd
pronunciation.
as in Wolf's
Tony Todd.
brother. The Klingon.
Yeah,
Jake Sisko.
I'm not asking for the character's name. It's an alien.
the
all right?
species. He wants to know what the species are called.
Was it the bloody hell? What are they called? The Terminator people. Not the Terminator people, but the oh god, the really tall ones.
I need the name.
No, sorry.
I only know half of the question, so if he's right about the subspace relay, then I will say that we go with that same answer, and then our team says it's the Hirogen.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hirogen.
that's what I was looking for.
It was Hiroshima.
Oh my
so
god.
1 point to each team. Well done. Okay. So yeah.
That was nice and
I like
collaborative.
Jack's
Not the
answer,
Terminator
Candyman
people,
Planet.
it's the Predator people. It's
Right.
Not the
Yeah.
So
Hey
that's,
Sean, are you impressed I knew something about Voyager? It's just because I saw that episode 2 days ago.
Okay.
It was really sheer
It's a
luck.
great episode, by the way.
This
It
question
is a
now
great
goes
episode.
to Scarlet Boys. Besides humans and Vulcans, what other two races were founding members of the Federation?
Would it
Humans,
be-
Vulcans. Go ahead, sorry.
Besides humans and Vulcans, what other two races were founding members of the Federation?
I would go with, if it's all right with you, Starfleet boy, Tellarites and Andorians.
I concur.
That's correct, but they were the Andorians and the Tellarites. So that both awarded 2 points for that. So now we're moving over to Team Boo. What are the names of the Duras sisters?
Lursa and Batur.
I only hit Lursa.
Correct. They are Lursa and Bator. And at the end of that round, Boo
They're sometimes known as double cleavage.
This is in the extended universe, maybe.
Yeah.
So far, right now, both teams stand at 9 points. That's good. Okay. Right. All right. We're gonna move on then to. Hopefully, I can get this right. I don't want to mess this up. Where is it? So in the third round, I'm going to show each team a scrambled picture of a starship. It's up to you to try and guess which starship it is. Once my Google Drive starts playing the right game with us. Okay.
I need to call the trick collector as my lifeline. All right.
And then I'll call the Irish Trekkie.
Oh, there we go.
If it will actually load, if it decides to load up, of course, but only if it wants to.
Come on, Sean. You've got to have Chris on speed dial.
That's right. What am I doing?
I've got Damien on telepathy, so he's already patched in.
You have to give me a moment.
I sparked something in the comments.
Yeah,
I did.
you in the comments. I'm not saying.
Yeah. Load up. Okay. Unfortunately, this is taking a minute to load up, so we're going to go to the comments real quick and see who's there. So we've got Jet Screamer. He says, "I suck at ships." Well, so Joseph Patrick says, "I suck at ships." Don't worry, man. You'll okay. I think you'll be all right. This Jet Screamer says, side boob, middle boob. Oh, that's a nice Klingon D7 got there. But
Thank you.
It's a beautiful ball cube.
Today. Yeah, they're 4 cubes. Okay. Hopefully this should load. Load.
And the answer was Odyssey class.
I feel like
Oh, Odyssey class. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Jet Screamer's saying, what if you go warp 9.9 and launch a torpedo? And Into Darkness, I feel like they fire torpedoes when they go in at warp speed, don't they? Or do they just manage to knock each other out? Like the bloody Dreadnought is following the Enterprise at warp speed, or the other way around.
But you could. What is it that they say that you can't do when?
No, Jet
Question
Screamer's
is-
asking, what if you go warp 9.9 and then launch a torpedo? What happens?
Oh, it should go ahead of you.
Okay,
I think I know the
so-
answer. Is this our question?
Yeah, I feel like I know what that is.
Okay. We'll give this one to Team Scarlet.
Oh, okay.
This is a ship of the next generation era. It utilizes the same technologies as the Galaxy class. It also had what looked like giant permanent markers glued to its hull. Unfortunately, it only ever made one appearance in the next generation, and that was in the episode The Best of Both Worlds. It was found in the wreckage of the Battle of Wolf 359, and its name was the Kyushu. What I'm looking for is the class of ship.
I definitely need Damien. Do you know it, Scarlet Trekkie?
I don't think I do. No.
Let me think about this for a second.
Right.
I think.
I just clocked Sean just looking behind him to see if he had it.
I was wondering if I had the bloody thing.
I might. I mean, if we could, maybe we could come up with a guess. I'm gonna guess the Nova class just to throw something out, but I don't know if that's.
Well, the Nova's
Very close, but no, it's not. But I'll give you a hint. It does begin with an N. That's your only clue I'm going to give you.
Oh, the Nebula class.
Okay, no, it's another ship begin with the N.
How many chances?
Last chance.
The no, you don't know this answer class.
Oh,
the nonsense class.
I forgot about the Nebula. But in fact, it was actually released, the ship was actually constructed around about the same time as the Nebula class.
Anything Scarlet Trekkie?
no. I read about it the other day. I'm sure I did, but it's just gone.
And clearly nobody ever reads my tweets. I mentioned it.
I'm gonna make a weird guess. I'm gonna make a weird guess.
Yeah.
The Nebuchadnezzar class.
No.
Is it
Oh.
Nirvana?
It was in fact... Oh. It was in fact the New Orleans class.
Oh, I would have known that if I knew that.
What class?
The
New Orleans class.
Oh, right.
And it was only seen once in the Next Generation. That was in the episode "The Best of Both Worlds" in the wreckage at the Battle of Wolf 359 after it was destroyed by a ball cube. And it's the only time, as I said, it was the only time they did it. And to give it a little pizzazz, when they kit bashed it, they decided to actually take Stabilo marker pens and repaint them and glue them to the hull as torpedo launchers.
Captain Foley and Captain Cockings are throwing things at their TVs at us right now for not knowing that. So I apologize.
We got the first letter.
It's true.
You did get the first letter, in fact.
Half a
We're
point.
just gonna...
Half a point.
Okay, what we're going to do is now we're going to move into the next ship. I'm just going to, as I just unshared that, click that away. Okay, so the next ship is rather interesting. It's just as difficult as the other one, I think. Go back here, I can share it again. Go to screen
So
sharing.
fancy with your Star Trek Picard wine.
No, this is also a TNG era ship. Okay, don't worry, I'm not gonna do it from two different eras. So this ship also pioneered a lot of the technology for the ships of the next gen era. We saw it in some of the movies, and it was predominantly used by admirals. Because even though there were more advanced ships in the next gen era, admirals did prefer using this particular class of ship. What type of ship is it?
I protest. This is way easier than our question. You picked a broken ship in the middle of a debris in a battle for our question. And this question, I feel like you said, oh, it's about as hard, but I already know what the answer to this one is. So I just want to...
You had 3 chances.
You guys are... Fine, fair, that's true.
Do you have any clue? Do you have any idea?
Well, to me, it looks like the Excelsior class. But
Yeah, I agree.
It could be an airburst.
it could be a what?
It could be an airburst. Are you sure that it's an Excelsior?
Well, I don't know. Even with my glasses, I don't know if it looks better with or without my glasses.
Well, it's blurry either way. No, it does look like the Excelsior class. I mean, that's the profile that it kind of screams, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You are in fact correct. It was the Excelsior.
Oh, there it is. In space dock.
And here's my rage now.
Well, they got out of the way. So I'm going to just remove that now. On the right studio. Stop sharing. Yeah, stop screen.
Careful what folder you open. No, just kidding.
www.xxx.com.
It's only Starship One here. Don't worry.
So right now we've got Team Boost standing at 12 points, and unfortunately, the Scarlet Boys only still 9 points. Well, but don't worry, there's always a chance next time to get revenge, and I'm sure I'll make the questions even harder next time. So, let's have a look at the chats and see what people have to say. There's Resident Germ says, "Can we get a score update?" Well, I'm just a bit late for that, just giving the end scores, but okay. Jet Screamer said, "It would either stay inside the starship or it would go warp 10 and destroy the universe." I have no idea what he's talking about at that point. I completely missed the chat.
That was to do with the... That was the... they're talking about it going at warp 9.9 and shooting the torpedo off.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, okay. Well, I've missed quite a few of the chats. I do sorry about that, but I'm working off 2-3 different devices here. Joseph Patrick said, "No worries, not going to spoil anything anymore. It was idiotic for me as it did the first time." Well, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't enjoy that. Well,
Joseph, we said ignore it. That was Trek Boys. That was his opinion. Ours, the rest of us, we said you were fantastic. So don't worry.
But there is,
I actually said he was all right too.
We support comments and interactions.
Just not spoil.
There is, however, a chance for Team Scarlet to make up their points. It's a secret bonus round.
Oh, a secret bonus round. We unlocked it. Look at that.
Each team has to come up with a question for the other. And the correct answer to that question is worth 4 points.
Oh.
So I'd like to take a few minutes and talk amongst yourselves.
How do we speak privately, though?
Telepathic powers.
Yes. Scarlet Trek, I propose this. How about Scarlet Trekkie comes up with one for Trek on the Tube, and I come up with one for Trekcatcat, and you divide them into 2 points each to get those 4 points.
Fair enough, and the other team can do the same likewise if they wish.
Okay.
So you go first, Scarlet Trekkie.
Okay, no pressure there then. Okay. I'm just trying to think of a question. I mean, these guys are good. So, in the episode, the last episode of Enterprise, the very last one, the one that nobody likes to talk about.
I love it.
It's my favourite series. What ship are they in? Not the NX-01. What's the other ship that it takes place in that was actually in TNG?
Good question.
Oh, okay. So you don't want the Enterprise D as an answer.
No.
You want
What
the
was
other one that's stuck in a rock.
The one that's stuck in the rock. Sorry, I didn't make it clear. Yeah, the one that's stuck in a rock.
Oh, Trekcatcatcat. Do you know this? The ship that's stuck in a rock because it phases through the rocks with its.
Yeah, I can see it, but I can't remember the name of it.
That is the only episode I've ever given a 10 on Starfleet Boy. I remember that specifically. What's it damn called? I couldn't answer that. I don't remember the name. It escaped.
You do know this name, the Pegasus.
The Pegasus is the name of the bloody episode.
It's the name of the episode. You know it. You know it. You just were blanking.
I was blanking.
Okay.
I thought of the name of the episode.
That was a good question. That was awesome.
Thank you.
It was a good question. Starfleet Boy, your question.
All right, so Trekcatcatcat. Trekcatcatcat.
Machine gun.
In the episode of the original series called Charlie X, what is the name of the species who saves Charlie as a boy and gives him their extraordinary powers?
Thankfully, my question for you is just as difficult.
Yes! Your teammate could know the answer too.
Well, it's the floaty green head, isn't it?
It's the floating green head and the floating
We
green
on
spaceship.
Starfleet Boy, we named him Godfather Alien. He's literally the Godfather. Like the Godfather comes in and saves the day at the end.
I don't
Well,
know.
if Sean doesn't know, I can't think of it.
I don't know this. They probably mentioned this. I feel like they mentioned this in the beginning of the episode, and then they talk about it later as well, but I can't remember this.
They would be known as the Thasians.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, there you go.
Look at those questions. I had a question, but I think it's not complicated enough.
It's totally recency bias. That's the episode I did today on my live stream, so I'm sorry I had to. That's the only reason I came up with it.
All right, Cat, you got a question for them?
Yeah, okay. Into Darkness, what name did Carol Marcus join the Enterprise with?
That is a really hard one, because I only see her as Carol Marcus. Do you know this, Scarlet Trekkie?
I don't think I do.
Well, Trekcatcat, revenge is indeed a dish best served cold, and you serve that quite coldly. Very nice. It was very nicely done.
Even with a crap can.
I'm assuming it's Carol something, because I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, Wallace.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Good question.
It's a mother's maid. It was a mother's maiden name.
Very nice.
Well, one question left.
I feel like my questions are too easy. I should maybe try and find a harder one, but all right. We'll see. What is the name of the second species from Andoria?
Do you know that, Starfleet Boy? Is it the Anar?
Ah, yes.
Yes.
big fan of the Enterprise books, and it's mentioned in there.
Oh, there you go.
The Andorians and the NR. Wow.
Okay.
They're my fallback. I don't have any Andorians to love, then I love the Anar because they still have the antenna.
There is, of course, some more points to be earned, and it's quite simple. You each get to ask me a question. If I get it right, you lose a point.
Oh.
If I get it wrong, you gain a point.
Crap.
It's Stump Conti, the Stump Conti section of Who goes first?
Whoever's got the first question ready to go.
Okay. Who played the character Trelane in The Squire of Gothos?
God damn it! I know his name as well. He also played Koloff.
Yes.
Oh God. Oh. I know, like he played Koloff. Oh. Not John Colicos. He played Core.
You can see it working.
Yeah.
Cue
intense music.
I have to pass. I can't remember his name. Yeah.
William
That's 1
Campbell.
point to you. It's 1 point to their team. Now at 13 points. Next question.
Who's it from?
I had my good question for Starfleet Boy, and I'm scuppered
now. What is the name of the musician whose song is featured in the bar scene in Star Trek First Contact that Zefram Cochrane is dancing to? And I'll give you I'll sing a little bit. It's Hooby Dooby. That's the. What's the name of that musician?
You couldn't have asked me the song from Inside the Cockpit, could you? Because that one I know. That
one's too easy. I knew this one. This one's a little harder.
No idea.
Hey, we're trying to get these points here.
I've never known the answer to that question. I've never even knew who sang that. I thought it was just something made up for that particular thing. No idea.
That was Roy Orbison.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Well done.
Is it? Roy Orbison? No idea. Roy Orbison's before my time. But I knew the other one from Inside the Cockpit. That was obviously Steppenwolf Magic Carpet Ride. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Wow, hey, this just want to say both the Scarlet Boys stumped Conti.
Yay.
We did.
Yeah.
We're screwed.
Well, do you have a question, or should I try and throw mine out there?
Go on, Sean.
All right. All right. How many actors do Star Trek Voyager and Lord of the Rings have in common?
Ooh.
Say again.
How many actors does Star Trek Voyager and the Lord of the Rings trilogy have in common?
Star Trek Voyager and Lord of the Rings trilogy have in common.
That's such a Kiwi question.
It is.
I just want to say that's like a very
me question.
That's a very you question.
I'm going to take a
I do know the answer, by the way.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You know more about Voyager than you let on, sir.
You're asking me about the total number of actors now, aren't you?
Yes.
I would have thought Lord of the Rings had more. I would have had more, actually. Okay, I know. Say somewhere around 300. 300.
What?
300?
Yeah.
Are you,
I don't know.
Maybe in the extras department. It's possible. I don't know.
No, how many actors does the Lord of the Rings trilogy have in common with Star Trek Voyager? Not
main actors.
Actors.
What, main actors?
Yeah.
You're talking about
Like
main
who's
cast or...
like who? What actors?
Who
Name
had a role-
all the actors.
Yeah, who had a role in both Star Trek Voyager and in the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
All right, that wasn't the question. You said how many... All right, okay. So how many actors were in both Star Trek Voyager and in Lord of the Rings? Okay, I thought you were looking for a number of actors. Okay. All right. Let me think.
While you think about it, Sean, what does this mean? Only people from the Southern Hemisphere can ask this question.
God.
Resolute says extras are not actors.
Not actors.
Yes.
If you've seen the movie Hail Caesar, that's Alden Ehrenreich, who also plays Han Solo in Solo. He has a cool character, and he's like, you got to be careful of the extras. You got to watch out for the extras.
I'm going to say one. And it was the guy who played the Betazoid, who had violent impulses. He two got mind melded with him. He also then started adopting these violent impulses, and he got locked in sick bay behind the force field. And then when the Caotains Nistrim took over the ship, it was only him and the Doctor that were there to take out the Caotains and rescue the crew. And he was Ensign Suter.
Yeah. Well,
There's one more.
He's Grima.
And he played the Black Wizard. He played the Black Wizard in. I think it was.
No, he plays Grima Wormtongue.
He plays Grima
Wormtongue. Yeah.
It's predominantly featured in the second movie, but that was wrong. There's a second one. There's also John.
Can I tell?
Davies.
Wait, and who plays Gimli and Leonardo da Vinci? Yes.
Yes.
And he has a great YouTube channel.
He was in Sliders as well, wasn't he? Jesus. I think his name is
really cool as Da Vinci. But he's a dwarf. He's a dwarf, Gimli.
And
but then he's really cool.
He voiced Treebeard as well, didn't he?
By the way, recency. Oh yeah, he does do the sounds for Treebeard. You're absolutely right.
He does voices in Gargoyles, which I'm watching at the moment too. He's really good.
Well, he has such a wonderful voice, Jonathan Rhys Davies. I'm not doing justice to it, but it's like. And my axe.
I know we had a Welsh network, two Welsh names. We say this.
And my phaser.
The only one I can remember was the guy who played Ensign Suter. He played the Black Wizard.
He's good. I love his character arc.
I loved him as Da Vinci. I haven't gotten much further than that second appearance of him as Da Vinci on Voyager. I love him. He's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was great. I mean, I thought it was great in Sliders as the professor. But yeah. Well, the only one I knew was Ensign Suter.
I thought it was going to be the other way around. I thought you were going to remember John Rhys Davies, but not Dourif.
Brad Dourif.
No, I'm afraid not. No, the other way around. Okay, final question then.
This isn't. Well, I reckon you'll probably get this. How many actors have either played or voiced Spock?
Oh my God!
Whoa. How many actors have ever played or voiced Spock? Mm-hmm.
I'd be curious to know how much that is exactly. It's like 1 million at this point.
Right. Alright, let me think.
Everyone. Only Will Smith hasn't been Spock.
You know, that's like such a you thing to say. Like, since you dislike Spock so much.
I don't dislike Spock. I dislike the fact that Star Trek is just the story of Spock. It annoys me.
That just shows your ignorance.
I'm going to go with 6.
No.
There was obviously Leonard Nimoy in the 10. Really?
10.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, there was about.
I would have guessed higher than that.
Series.
Well, you've got obviously
in the animated series. Plus, then you had Little Spock in that one episode in the animated series.
Yep.
Then you had the Kelvin movies. Older Spock, can't remember his name. You also had the younger version of Spock in that movie. Then, of course, in Discovery, you had the little kid who played Spock, and then plus, obviously,
Ethan Peck.
There's actually 4 other actors that played Spock in
Star Trek 3. Yep. Remember, he's regenerating.
All of the different stages.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Oh, jeez.
And also,
good question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Wow. So
that was a very good question. I love that question.
Yeah.
Team Scarlet have gone up to then 11 points, and because I kind of got, I'd say because I got half the questions right, but not fully. I did.
Fair enough.
I will not deduct a point for that question, so I didn't get the full answer. So it stands at the end that, as I said, Team Scarlet has 11 points and Team Blue have 14 points. Well done.
Well done.
Well done. Well done. Cheers.
Well,
I do feel like it could have
you,
gone any way though.
Yeah.
It did.
Could've gone
Well, it's
either
a bit
way.
trial and error. Once I realised they'd gone through the question, we went through the questions a bit quickly, I think, after next round. But of course, these rounds will now stick, and we'll now do these. We'll do these in every show. So I hope you guys had a good time, and I hope you guys at home also had a good time. And if you want to appear on the show, I have a question for you. You can DM. You can of course DM me the answer on Twitter, or leave an answer in the comments. Do not put the answer in the chat, please. And the first two to do so will, of course, be the next guests on next week's show. So here's the question. In the episode The Measure of a Man, what was the name of the Judge Advocate General? And if the audience at home whoever gets the answer right, please don't put it in the chat. Either DM me on Twitter or leave it in the comment section of this video after we finish. And of course, then I will invite you onto the show next week. Until then, everybody, I hope you all had a good time. I know I did. And we'll see you here next time in the Continuum. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.